season as both of these programs try to make an early statement and build that resume. Welcome to Reynolds Razorback Stadium, home of the Arkansas Razorbacks. As we'll see a squad from the Pac-12, the California Golden Bears, taking on last year's national champion, the Arkansas Razorbacks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollock, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Razorbacks about to kick it away and get this season started. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. What we expected, this crowd ready to make its presence known. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Leaves it with the running back. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Let's take a minute and talk about Cal. The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their system, fit their culture, and now they're bringing them in so they can rise the tide of this team.
Wide open on the right. Touchdown, Golden Bears. Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. They draw first blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a drive like that.
And you just cannot draw up the start of a season any better than that. Opening drive of the first game of the year and quick fire. You're down the field scoring 6. This offense is explosive.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll run it from the gun. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and we're...
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. And a sensational return, and they finally stop him inside the 15.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Well, the offense goes toss play, but guys, they do it running into the boundary where there's just not a lot of space and room to work for the running back. He had nowhere to go, and he got tackled for a loss.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Back to pass. Fires to the tight end. Takes it all the way down to the 4 after making the grab, and they're set up.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
And he'll be stopped. Got nothing. Line of scrimmage still at the 4.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? They'll run it to the left, looking for the end zone. And again, stopped right in his tracks, nowhere to run. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is 3rd and goal. Got his man quickly. Touchdown, Cal! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
I know we're only in game 1, but in this half, you've got to be excited about what you've seen from this offense. Really nice rhythm. Quarterback's got great command on the field with respect to what they're trying to do, and they've got some weapons. I can't wait to see what this offense does this year.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Jackson will throw. Gets it out fast. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves him with 2nd and short.
And frankly, if that's a completion, it's not going to make the end-of-season highlight reel. But in this game, it could lead to a highlight reel type play. The offensive coordinator may be setting something big up for later in the game.
He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Wow, what an impressive-looking run. You think back to some of the greatest rushing offenses in the SEC in recent years. Remember that offense that had Darren McFadden and Felix Jones both in the backfield? Sometimes
turning it on. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down.
QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. He had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, first down.
Snagged out of the air. And he's still running after the move. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
They're trying to run the ball on first down, guys, but just nothing doing up front. Their offensive line got blown up on that play. There was nowhere for that guy to go.
Lost yardage on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. He might want another play. Back to pass on 2nd down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Anthony. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7.
Nice job by the wide receiver getting open on that slant route against man coverage. He fakes like he's going to the outside. He's able to create some separation, cross his face, and then secures the catch.
And the Razorbacks trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Now the offense tries to punch it in on 2nd and goal. Jackson gonna throw it. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. They make the stop right at the 10-yard line, but oh, what a turn of momentum with that interception.
Nothing going right for this team early in the first quarter here. The defense is getting gashed, and now you've thrown a pick. The head coach has got to get his team together and get everybody to calm down and settle in.
And this defense, they've got to do a big job here. Like, offense puts you in a bad spot. You haven't had some great moments, but this possession, we got to get a stop, got to stop the bleeding, and get the ball back to our offense.
And with this place rocking, the crowd forces a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The offense lining up for a first down play. Here's the snap, looking to throw. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
This is a good sign for this defense. The rate they were going, not touching the quarterback, him already having 2 touchdown passes in the first half, this was not going to be a fun football game to watch. Now they're turning the tide a little bit, getting a little bit of pressure, getting a sack.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Looking to fire. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Bears are in a mess here on 3rd and a mile. Backed up in their own end, a quick hitter might work. Quick strike complete. And the defense is swarming to keep him from getting to the first down. And the Golden Bears send out the punt unit. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. And nobody able to handle that punt. They'll let it bounce and roll out of bounds. Play of the quarter coming. Wants to adjust the pattern. Jackson will throw. It's complete. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Wants to go up top. Throws to the tight end. Almost had the completion. Just missed it.
Well, I don't know if the big fella got freaked out because he was so wide open on that play, but that is a catch he has got to make for his quarterback.
They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws for the tight end. Snagged in the middle. It's hot. Working their way closer and closer. A 3rd down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. The Razorbacks will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll run it out of the shotgun. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Man, coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum, and this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off an explosive run, get the juices going, and I bet you he's going to get a few more touches today.
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
Man, this defense is dominating all game long. They have been making this quarterback's life so difficult with their pass rush. They bring him down there for the sack. They're not giving anything up. They're leading this game by a lot. We're only in the second quarter, and this ain't going to change unless this offense can find a rhythm.
They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Jackson gonna throw it. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
Well, I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying to the football, and you saw that there on the incompletion.
And the Razorbacks come to the line trying to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession. About the only good thing that happened for the offense on that play, at least it wasn't a pick 6. What a return.
Yeah, that didn't look good for the offense. You know all those big fellas, those O-linemen, they're not going to be able to go make the play. So as the DB getting the interception, you know if you can break that play and you can get past that level, it might be to the house. It might be to the crib. Lucky that wasn't a pick 6 if you're on.
He'll take a shot. Broken up, incomplete, and nearly intercepted in the end zone. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, after getting the takeaway now, you're in the fringe area just outside the red zone. The offense trying to stay aggressive. They're throwing it right away, seeing if they can catch the defense sleeping after now just coming on the field. But give the defense credit. They were aware. They were ready for it. And made sure that one fell incomplete.
Really nice job by the quarterback understanding I needed to throw this ball hard. Like, I got to fit it in there tight. And a nice job by the wide receiver wearing it, because he really didn't have a choice, because he was going to wear that one.
season as both of these programs try to make an early statement and build that resume. Welcome to Reynolds Razorback Stadium, home of the Arkansas Razorbacks. As we'll see a team from the Pac-12, the California Golden Bears, taking on last year's national champions, the Arkansas Razorbacks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Razorbacks ready to get this thing started and open the season. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Leaves it with the back. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. All right, guys, let's talk a second about Cal. We start the season top 25. Clearly, expectations are flying your way, but with that might come some roadblocks.
Well, I think you got to take every week and every opponent one at a time. The number beside your name doesn't matter right now. The number matters late in the season. So you want to start the season fast. You want to be gelling on offense and on defense.
Makes a grab deep. He's loose down the middle. Touchdown, Golden Bears! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. They strike first, and that opening drive of the season could not have gone better.
A lot of offensive coordinators script their first 18 to 15 plays. Who needs it? Forget that. Just come out and score right away. First possession, you put points on the board. You create some momentum for this offense and for this season.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Might be changing the route. Jackson will throw. Here's the pressure. He's going to run it. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
From the shotgun, they'll run it. Picks up the first down, still moving. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. And you really can't be called the Hogs if you're not willing to grind it out in the dirt.
Yeah, and I love calling the offensive linemen the hog mollies. And Arkansas, in that beautiful state, you're going to find a bunch of big, strong individuals. And the identity of that team is usually built on those guys up front.
Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Takes the handoff. It's Hansen. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those five guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those five offensive linemen.
And the Razorbacks come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Looking for the end zone. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Looks to me on that deep ball like he was forcing it a little bit. You got to be careful as a quarterback. You're not trying to outduel the other guy who just threw a touchdown pass. You're just trying to win the game. So just execute the plays. The ball goes to who it's designed to go to. And if that means you got to turn around and hand it off, then that's what you got to do.
He's got it. 1st down and more. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect 4th down call there. Razorbacks are rolling down the field. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
And the Razorbacks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Jackson gonna throw it. Pocket breaking down. He'll try to do it himself. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
The Razorbacks with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Back to pass. Here comes the heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
And the Razorbacks line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Headed to the end zone, and he runs it in for a score. Touchdown, Arkansas!
And they just keep feeding it to their workhorse back to open this game. Great job in the open field. He's got tremendous vision. He can make people miss. You saw all of that on display here in the opening drive.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Lost a throw on 1st down. Going for the big play. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on 1st down.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Looking to fire. He'll pull it down. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love this slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
season as both of these programs try to make an early statement and build that resume. Welcome to Reynolds Razorback Stadium, home of the Arkansas Razorbacks. As we'll see a squad from the Pac-12, the California Golden Bears, taking on last year's national champions, the Arkansas Razorbacks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. The Golden Bears have been waiting and waiting, and finally the moment is coming in the opening of the season. And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. Jackson will throw. Finds the tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. Guys, when you think about Arkansas, they're coming off a national championship, but you do wonder if this season will be a season of complacency or a drive for another title.
Well, I mean, what a season last year to put that together, to win a natty, to make your dreams come true. But, Jesse, now it's reloading with all the high school recruiting pool and all the other stuff that goes with it.
Yeah, they lost a lot of key pieces off that national championship team a year ago, but they also added a lot of talent. That's why this fan base is hoping for back-to-back national championships.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Looking to throw on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
So now it's second and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. Got it in the middle, it's Anthony. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker.
Really nice job by the defense there. You're trying to force the quarterback to throw the football in front of you and allow your guys to square up and make a tackle out in space. You got to force it.
Going for it all. And it's incomplete, and this defense makes a fourth down stop.
Hey, at this point of the game, fourth and short, no problem going for it. Fourth and medium, I think it's too early to start taking some of these chances. I think you need to just let the game play out a little bit and trust your defense.
He's going to take off. Oh, he's got some space. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hit. Let's take a minute and talk about Cal. Their offseason, just what they were looking for. Top 10 recruiting class. Now they've got to figure out how to best use that talent, Jesse.
Well, not just difference makers in this top 10 class, but they've got some guys that they think can be key contributors both on offense and defense. And in this first game, you know they've got to be excited.
Yeah, and they're probably nervous too, right? Like first big-time stage, big-time moment. A lot of young talent. Let's see how they start their career.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Quickly out to the tight end. Now well within striking distance as that third down play gets him a first at the 29.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
It's complete. And that's where they'll mark him, but a chunk play, and they pick up a first down.
Well, after that completion on the corner route, it'll be interesting to see if later in the game the offensive coordinator tries to set the defense up by showing them the same pre-snap look, but this time sending the receiver to the middle of the field.
The give to the back. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Cal! They're on the board first here in the season opener. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone. It's Anthony. Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even, bringing it out of the end. This one in play, first snap of the drive from the 25. The give on the option. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Defense not budging. He's still able to get 2 to the 29.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Fires to the middle. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
On 4th and 7, analytics, gut feel, or maybe just wanting to keep the offense out there. They'll go for it. He's going for it all. Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. Quarterback making checks. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
The Razorbacks have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Back to pass, it's Murray. Here's a heat. He caught it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Razorbacks.
And this offense gets on the board, and the first passing touchdown of the season, and I feel pretty confident saying the first of many. This offense looks like they're in a good rhythm, and this passing attack's going to be hard to stop.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Texas Tech is currently ahead in this one. The Jones is just jam-packed today, but the Scarlet and Black have struggled to really pull away. They're up by a field goal over UCLA. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, you'll see it right here.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. starts from their own 25-yard line. The give from the gun. Picks up the first down. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
And a great job by the offensive line. If you're going to run the ball right at the middle, you better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big gain.
Trying to get rid of it. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got him there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Second down, they'll go to the air. This one's complete. No chance to run, but they still move it forward.
It's early in the game, and as offenses try to get their rhythm, these easy completions are very important because that's what helps you get your feet underneath you as an offense and as a unit. And hopefully, as this game goes on, they'll be able to rev up and get more aggressive taking shots.
From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on third down. Got his man! And a good pickup to move the chains, and the clock will expire, and that's how they'll be set up to start the second quarter. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keeping those vibes going here in the second quarter. First play of the period, first down here. Wants to go up top on first down. No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
Really need to find a productive play this time on second and long. Wants to go up top. Makes the grab. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
On third down, going up top. Catch in the middle, it's James. That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver, different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder, but the snapping the football, everybody being on time, man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Touchdown, Golden Bears! Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Back to pass, it's Murray. He's taking the shot. Makes the grab him onside. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43.
reason this offense is so dangerous, Reese, they've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Going to take a shot at this DB. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Out of the gun, the give to the back. And some room to work. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
Well, he shows you his speed and his power on that run. As far as I can think back to, Arkansas football always comes down to being able to run the football on offense. It's about grinding and wearing the opponent down. They always seem to be able to recruit outstanding athletes at that position. This guy is no different.
And as a defensive player, you see so much option nowadays and so many different variants of it. And you got to play very disciplined, sound football. And you could tell he knew he was responsible for the quarterback. He goes and gets him, sits him on the ground, creates a tackle for a loss.
And the Razorbacks now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. The give on the inside. Breaks into the open. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
The Razorbacks getting set on 1st and 10. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
Touchdown, Arkansas! The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive.
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football game. You trailed a little bit in the first half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the second half.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. To the air on first down. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
And the defense makes a play. Finally, this is a lot of offense early in this football game, a lot of scoring. Need more of this from the defense. Getting to the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable, and then when you get him down, you get him behind the sticks. Good things happen for your defense.
Gonna take a shot. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. And the Golden Bears are way behind the sticks on this 3rd and forever. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. The defense going to stop the clock for the timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The Golden Bears decide to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He'll field it close to the 50. He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Looking to pass. It's Murray. Finds his man. It's Green. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. Making side adjustments here. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. Got it behind the line. It's Hansen. Down to the 32 and out of bounds right there.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
And the Razorbacks are facing 3rd and inches. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. They'll try to bully their way for the first. The Razorbacks get enough to move the chains. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout called.
And that's so tough as a defense because they only got to get inches. But I got to find a way to somehow get a knockback, stop the running back's feet. Right there, I couldn't do it. He gets downhill just enough, and he gets the first down.
It's a good job, too, there on 3rd down by the offense because a major statistic in football in terms of winning and losing is how good are you at staying on the field, keeping drives alive. Whether it's 3rd and long or 3rd and inches, you just have to go execute. They do it.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Touchdown, Razorbacks! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Seconds of the first half. Let's see how they handle it. Looking to throw on 1st down. Wide open downfield. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. One more snap coming before halftime. Looking downfield on 1st down. Pressure coming. Going up top. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Razorbacks will line up to kick off and start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll open the second half with a run. Got enough for the first. Still on his feet at the 45. Hits the afterburners. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds.
This guy strikes fears into the hearts of every defensive coordinator, David, with that speed. If you give this guy any open grass, man, he's gone.
It's just silly. Look at the angles. People are trying to catch him, but he's got so much juice. He can outrun those angles and make enormous plays.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming.
it.